Yeah, you're now live with UNG radio station, the big homie Madman, you know what I'm saying? Tonight is a special night, the old school versus the new school. We got a special celebrity guest in the building, West Coast icon, the one and only. You know what I'm saying? This brother right here been around for many years, been busting since 1978. You know what I'm saying? No, since the year 1980. You know what I'm saying? At 5 years old, this man right here, West Coast legend. He done songs with Snoop, KRS-One, Eminem, you name it. Worked with Dr. Dre, been on New Tribe, Virgin, 19th Street, Death Row. Been rocking the mic from day one. Rock major crowds to backyard house parties, freestyle battles, you name it. The one and only King Crooked. What up, King Crooked?
What up, man?
Hey.
All right.
Appreciate you for coming into the station,
man. That's a cool intro, man. Thank you.
Yeah, you know what I'm saying? The people need to know. Some people know about you, some people don't know. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
But the ones who do know, they know King Crooked is a real representative. You know what I'm saying?
Word up, all the time.
Hey, I gotta ask you some questions, man. That's important and a little bit different compared to other interviews that you do. All right, you know what I'm saying? First of all, tonight's show is sponsored by UNG radio station, Flatland Entertainment, DJ GG Sweets, DJ Domino, and Baja Club. You know, Baja Club been giving me tickets to pass out to everybody who come to the station so they can take their woman out. And it's also sponsored by Footsage and the Family Legacy, where you can go get you a massage to massage your brain and your muscle. You know what I'm saying? But now that we got that out the way, let's get into it deep, you know what I'm saying, about the one and only King Crooked. I want to ask you a question off rip. You know what I'm saying? You're a legend, man. You've done a lot of music with a lot of people.
Thanks, man.
I want to know, how does it feel to have done music with so many people?
It feel good because I used to hang their posters on the wall, you know what I'm saying? Like, you already know, you know, for those who don't know, this is my older brother, so.
They call me Madman.
You know what I mean? You know how we used to hang posters in the bedroom of all the different rappers that we, you know, used to bump their music every day.
Right.
Cool G, you know, whoever, Rakim, everybody, you know, Ice Cube, whoever. And, you know, 90% of those people I used to hang on the wall, I've done music with or worked with or done shows with. You know what I'm saying? So I gotta be very thankful for that. You feel me? So
that's amazing. You know what I mean? Growing up, do you feel you've accomplished your dream or your mission?
I think the journey don't stop. It's like Nipsey say, you know what I'm saying? It's a marathon.
Right.
You know what I mean? You cross one finish line, you keep going. Certain dreams, yes, I have accomplished, and I got more.
Okay. What's in store for King Crooked? We should ask that up front. Then you got more.
Yeah, so you know, we got the family business group, which is, you know, myself, Horseshoe Gang. Shout out to them guys. You know, it's a family thing. Great album. Contributions from different people that I work with. Royce the 5'9" produced the album. He's kind of new to the production game, but he's really serious about it. He was in Detroit. I went out there to do a show. I stopped by the studio to see him, and he was in there just working on beats. And he said he had been in there for months getting his chops up. And I went outside to smoke a cigar, and one of his beats was playing in my mind while I was outside, and I actually thought about a 16-bar rhyme. So I was like, damn, this is the first time I ever really thought about a rap to a Royce beat. And I went back in and I said, hey Royce, I just thought of a concept to a beat of yours. And he was like, really? I was like, yeah, and that kind of made me think, maybe you should produce this family business album. And he was like, dog, you think I'm ready? I said, you ready. You know what I'm saying? So, you know.
You snapped it.
Yeah, so we came back the next week, got an Airbnb out there. And we stayed out there for 10 days straight and went to the studio 10, 12 hours at a time and just knocked out a banger, man. And I'm holding on to it because I don't like how the industry is moving right now. So I'm gonna build another platform that we could debut the album on. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And then, so I'm working. I know that's a long story, but some people might want to hear that.
That's right.
You know what I mean? I'm working with family business. I'm working on Crooks Corner Multimedia Company, and the first child of that company is Crook's Corner, the rap talk show. You know what I'm saying? Where we just had our first season. It was successful. We interviewed Exhibit, Royce, Tech 9, Snoop, E40, Jermaine Dupri, Daylight.
Large.
You know, we did the BET Blue Carpet, got, you know, Rhapsody and YBN Corday and, you know, just different people. We had a successful first season. I'm gonna bring the second season back in 2020. You know what I mean? So I'm working on that, and then I got this new show called The Best Verses in the World, where I'm just in my office busting down the best verses.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying?
Wow.
Like really giving them a breakdown of what the verses are. You know what I'm saying?
That's gonna be one hardcore show.
Yeah, man, it's real fun. You know, it's only like a 5 to 10 minute show, and we just spotlight somebody who had one of the best verses in the world. It could be anybody. The first episode should air Monday. And I'm discussing Big Pun.
That's gonna be you that's gonna be you bringing the artist in talking about it, just basically you.
Just me busting down their verse. So the first episode I'm busting down Big Pun's verse that he did in a cipher, a historical cipher that's on YouTube. It was him, Cannabis, Mos Def, DMX, John Forte.
Wow.
These guys all sat in a restaurant somewhere and they just start going. And Big Pun destroyed it.
Wow.
You know what I'm saying? It's one of the best verses I've ever heard. So, yeah, I'm busting down that. So I got best verses going. You know what I mean? So we got Family Business, Crook's Corner, best verses. I got the weekly freestyles. I'm about to wrap up the weekly freestyles. I'm on week 47 right now.
You've been doing that for like 5 years, 10 years?
Well, I did it the first time in 08, I think, 07, 08. And, you know, it was groundbreaking. Nobody had ever utilize the internet like that. It was very new to hear somebody drop it once a week, staying in their face, and a lot of people in the industry followed my lead. So I created a new way for them to market their albums, and it landed me on the freshman cover, the XXL, the first freshman cover.
Wow.
The XXL.
Yo, I forgot all about that. You've been on the cover of some magazines. We don't have magazines no more because everything been replaced with online. You know what I'm saying? You've been on Rap Sheet, Source, XXL. Yeah. You've been on a lot of magazines. That's a big switch for the game.
Yeah, man.
A lot of the youngsters they know about it, but they don't know that we had to go through that.
Yeah, I think the youngsters are really familiar with the freshman series because they kind of cater to the new guys. So when they go on 7-Eleven, they go and see all the rappers that they like, you know, on the cover of XXL.
Right, right.
But you're right. Print magazine is going down because of the internet, and plus because, you know, every celebrity, they could just tell you what they want to tell you on their social media. They don't gotta go to a magazine and do an interview with somebody. But by the time you print the magazine up, it's old news. It's already done hit the internet. Everybody already know what it is.
That's deep. That's deep.
You know what I'm saying? So, you know, a lot of these magazines, they went out of business or they put out less issues. They put out like 6 issues a year now.
That's crazy, because I remember back in the day, in the 80s and 90s, we'd go hardcore for CDs to come out, wait in line and go to a record store to get the CD, wait in line for the Source magazine or Rap Sheet magazine to come out.
Right.
And we would love to read about it, the top 10 artists and things like that. Internet has taken over. I want to ask you a question. When I heard you say something about the youngsters, all right, a lot of people lately are kind of upset with the way the youngsters are moving in the music industry. But me personally, I like how they doing it, you know what I'm saying? It's a new swag. We all got to adjust, you know what I'm saying? You are a historical artist with major bars and lyrical content. You stand for something. A lot of the artists don't stand for something, right? So I'm like, how you feel about doing songs with youngsters from the new era?
I love it. I mean, you know what I'm saying? When it comes to the young guns out there, the real deal is, it's cool to push hip hop forward. It's cool for hip hop to evolve. It's cool to bring in new styles. It's cool to be an innovator. But you always got to remember some of the old elements, you know, that makes you an MC, that makes you a producer, that makes you a hip hop, you know, part of the culture. You can't forget everything. Everything old ain't bad.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
And everything new ain't bad. So you got a lot of old heads and OGs talking down to these youngsters. You can't talk down to them. You got to talk to them.
That's true.
You know what I'm saying?
Don't
talk at them. Don't talk at them. Don't talk down to them. Talk to them.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? And you can't speak for them. They have to speak for themselves, just like the OGs did when they was young and when we was young. So, bottom line, unity, man. That is power in numbers. Don't allow corporations and major labels to divide the hip hop culture with all this young versus old and old versus young. You know, and a lot of these OGs is like, oh, this new stuff is trash, but it's some old stuff that was trash. You know what I'm saying?
That's right.
Whack rappers didn't just start. It been whack rappers since the beginning. You know what I'm saying?
That's true. That's true.
But they seem to forget about that, and they just start criticizing all the young rappers right now. I love the young energy out there. I just want them to do their research, study the greats, you know, and respect the people who paved the way for them.
That's right. That's deep you said that, because you come from the era when artists was thriving to get a deal. Now you've been on New Tribe, you've been on Virgin, you've been on several major labels. You've done songs with Ja Rule, with Ashanti, all right. And now these artists aren't really trying to get a deal. They hurried up throwing their music on SoundCloud, iTunes, or they're looking for a 360 or a distribution deal. What's the difference?
360 deal is mainly if an artist signs with a major, the major might feel like they taking all the risk. You know what I'm saying? Because they're the ones that's putting up all the money. So now they saying, since we putting up all this money for your videos, your travel, your recording sessions, to buy the beats, the artwork, the photo shoots, we putting all this money in. We don't just want to make our money back off of your sales. We want to make our money back faster than that. We want to make our money off of your merchandise, and we want a percentage of that. We want a percentage of your tour money. We want a percentage of anything that uses your name or likeness. So a lot of people, they feel like, yo, 360 deal is very bad.
Wow.
You know, but my whole thing is it incentivizes the label. It's two sides to that coin. It could be bad if they got getting a large chunk of what you bring it to the table, then it is bad. But if they just getting a small piece, it's cool, because that incentivizes them to spend more money. They say, okay, we're gonna spend more money because we're gonna help you go on tour, because we making money off of that.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
That's
So
right.
instead of you taking your advance and trying to flip that and get on tour, because tours cost a lot of money. You know what I mean? Your transportation can hit you for 10 racks just going across the map. You know what I mean?
Yeah.
So they'll put up tour support, or if you got a merchandise deal with them, and they'll do all of the developing, or at least mailing out the merch for everybody, taking the orders, manufacturing it. It's all how you look at it, but ownership is the best. You know what I'm saying? Owning things is the best. So if you own your own label, own your own career, own your own masters, own your own music, you kind of own your own destiny. You know what I mean?
Wow, that's deep, ladies and gentlemen.
So
all the people out there, I hope y'all listening.
That's good. There's nothing wrong with being, a SoundCloud rapper. People like to clown on them, but there's nothing wrong with that, because what they doing is they saying, hey, we not gonna go to the gatekeepers, because the gatekeeper might listen to my music and say it's whack before it even get to the people.
Right.
You know what I mean?
Right.
So I'm gonna give it to the people and let the people decide. I'm not gonna go to a gatekeeper or middleman.
I love how you said. Since you said that, my job up here at the station, I never turn people down. I have a homie from the hood. He got good music, but he don't want to support me, you know what I'm saying? But he want me to play his music. Then I got people that support the mess out of me, but their music is whack. So I'm always in these situations. So I'm like an A&R. I don't want to, I could break or hurt somebody, you know what I'm saying? I don't want to get in that, you know what I'm saying?
You want to be a dream killer.
Right, I'm trying my best to, I'm not trying, as I'm working in this game, I'm here to help develop and guide artists in the right direction. That's why I throw the awards once a year to help them out, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
So.
You doing your part.
Yeah, the craft is serious, you know what I'm saying? So what I want to get to is a lot of artists and people out there that's listening might not know this, that Crooked worked hard for his craft. He just didn't start rapping and then he got blessed and got on a song with the great rest in peace Badass, or did a song with the one and only Daz Dillinger, you know what I'm saying? Crooked had to work hard. He used to freestyle in the backyards. He would battle, you know what I'm saying? I remember renting little buildings out, and we would do shows and put posters up and down the streets of Crenshaw, just working. And then when you got your deal, you know what I'm saying, it went to a different level. I see you started doing documentaries and movies.
Right.
You know what I'm saying? Like the movie Bank Brothers. For those who know Crooked in the movie Bank Brothers. He did the movie Dysfunctional Family with Eddie Griffin.
Word.
You know what I'm saying? And artists really not doing that anymore. Only so many.
Right.
You know, how important is it for an artist to have an album out, or you know, they're not doing two things at once. They stand on one level. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah. Well, first of all, I'm glad you mentioned the battles, because nowadays battling is different than it was when I came up and when you came up. You know, they have battle leagues. You know, they look at YouTube views. You know, that's their currency along with whatever they're getting paid for the night. And you know, a lot of people don't know that we used to have to battle a lot of times.
That's
you know
right.
what I'm saying? Like,
yeah.
Cassidy say he 5,001 off camera. He saying something like that, you know, and I'm like, yo, that might be me. I might be 5,001. Y'all just didn't have the cameras out there, but you know, we had the battle to come up. So I'm glad you mentioned that, because a lot of listeners and a lot of people, they don't really know that, you know, because they always ask me, Crook, you gonna get in the ring? It's like, dude, I came up in the ring.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
I'm beyond that.
Yeah, you know, I came up in the ring. So, you know, but also, like you said, putting all your eggs in one basket might not be the illest thing that you can do. You know what I'm saying? Like, if you only rapping, which I don't knock nobody's hustle, but I just think today's rapper needs to have a little more business savvy. They need to understand the business more. They need to expand their horizons. They need to engage with their audience to build a movement. And sometimes engaging with your audience on Facebook, Twitter, Instagram, it takes more than just rapping to them. You know, they might want to see, you know, what do you do at home? You know what I mean? Yeah. They might want to see you, you know, host a show. They might want to see you have a podcast. You know what I'm saying?
Right,
so
right. Well,
I think it's smart to spread it around.
You feel, okay, then, like, out in LA, I can't speak for any other cities or whatever, because we from the West. But, you know, artists, if you want to keep yourself out there, you know, you might want to sit on the front row of the Laker game. You might want to go to the Ram game. You might want to go to this place or that place. You might want to get on Hip Hop Squares, things like that, to keep your name going. Plus, you got albums out and doing features, you know what I'm saying?
Right.
And that helps you out, you know what I'm saying?
It's marketing.
Yeah, marketing.
Yeah, that's all marketing. You know what I'm saying? Every time we see E40 at a Golden State Warrior game, we boom. That's some of the best marketing you can get, because there's millions of eyeballs on that finals game.
Right.
And they in the finals, and E40 sitting on the floor. You know what I mean? It's like you can't. It's hard to even buy that type of advertisement. You know what I'm saying?
That's very, very intelligent.
You know what I mean? So, you know, I feel what you're saying, and it's like, you know, you got a lot of people who I think E40 he went into the wine. Speaking of E40, he got wine, he got, you know, beer, he got a new tequila out.
Right,
you know what I mean? I was talking to him about. So the whole thing is expand your horizons. You know what I mean? Do what you love. And let me rewind, because really it's about, what are you in this for? This is what I ask young artists. Why are you here? Why are you in the game? Tell me why you in the game.
Yeah.
Are you in the game to make hits? If you in the game to make hits, then you got to take a certain pathway, and you can get to those hits. Are you in the game to just make the kind of music you want to make, no matter if it's trendy, no matter if the radio play it or not, but still be able to pay your bills?
Right.
There's a different path you could take to do that. You see what I'm saying? So I always ask them, what are you here for? So some people might say, hey, Crook, I don't need to be on the floor at the Golden State Warrior game, because I don't care if a million people see me. I just want to make the kind of music I love making, because that's therapy to me. I grew up loving this, and I could just chill out and don't have to be a superstar.
Gotcha.
And I gotta respect that. You know what I'm saying? So it just, I always ask them, why are you here? Because once you figure out what you want to do with your career, whether it's be a hit maker or just a staple in the community or whatever you want to do, once you figure that out, then you can start making the map and to navigate your way to that goal.
First you get the money, then you get the power.
For real.
Yeah, you know, I got a homeboy down in Atlanta named B Hood. All right, he made beats for a lot of artists in Atlanta that's famous that got platinum albums out. But he doesn't want to deal with the industry. He owns his own studio. He'd rather just come in at 10 in the morning and then leave at 10 at night. And he only charged $100 an hour, stuff like that. So he's making a certain amount of dollars, and he's happy with that.
He's successful.
Very.
We can't really measure anybody's success. You know what I'm saying? They have to, each individual has to measure their own success. Some people's success is, I got a 2-bedroom, I got a nice car outside, and I can eat every day whatever I want to, and they feel super successful. I can't tell that person, hey, you not successful. You know what I'm saying?
Yeah.
Because that's, each individual has to determine what success is to them. You know what I mean? And a lot of people come at me like that, like, man, you should have been blew up way bigger than you are and all this type of stuff, and they talk to me as if I'm not successful.
Right.
You see what I'm saying? And I'm like, if you know where I came from and where I'm at, you would think I'm successful. You know what I'm saying? I live next door to people who do a lot of different things for a living just to be able to afford to stay there. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
I do what I love to do.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? A lot of people that, you know, in my neighborhood, they come home mad, you know, man, I can't believe I gotta do all this to pay this big old mortgage. You know, I gotta do all this to have a swimming pool in my backyard. I come home after doing everything I love. Like, I can go home right now after chopping it up with you, and that's part of my job.
Got you.
So that's success to me.
We really appreciate you coming through. For those who don't know the success that Crook has done, go out there and check out the historical song, The Baby Remix, featuring CrookedI and Ashanti. This Ashanti song featuring CrookedI. He got songs with Ja Rule, you know what I'm saying? He done songs with Snoop. Alright, Sway and Tech, they love Crooked. He done rock with them on plenty of their mixed CDs. He done songs with KRS-One, Eminem, you know what I'm saying? So many people, Tech 9. Alright, the brother been working hard, you know what I'm saying? He even got songs with Tupac. He on one of the West Coast icon songs with Sly Boogie, E40, Corrupt. There's so many people. A lot of and this man Crooked been putting in a lot of work. He got a lot of success, y'all. You know what I'm saying? He just didn't just fall in the door. Put in major work, and that's success. You work hard to be successful. You know what I'm saying? And for those who are saying you should have blew up way back then, Crooked done had blessings. He put the TV show out one shot. He gave multiple artists plenty of avenues with that show. With Tico and everybody else to help out artists, you know what I'm saying? Whether they won or if they lost, they helped their Instagram blow up, they messing people, they rub elbows. T.I. came out and represented. T.I. rock with me, you know what I'm saying? So that's large. You're doing major things, you giving back. You got plenty of people from COB. The COB card is deep. You helping a lot of artists out, from Felony Loc to Earthquake to the Horseshoe Gang to China Dog, if I'm saying it right. It's so many people, man. You know what I'm saying? You want to talk about the COB clique?
Yeah, man. Circle of bosses. You know what I mean? I just felt like when I left Death Row, I just I got with some people who felt just like me about a lot of stuff, and we just clicked up. You know what I'm saying? And at first it was just a clique, and it had nothing to do with music. And I decided, like, why don't we put this lifestyle on wax? Why don't we put this lifestyle to music? You know what I mean? Because the basic, you know, reason that I started for COB was everybody wanted to be the main person. All the people that I met in the game, even on the streets, everybody want to be the leader. Everybody want to be the main focus. And I wanted to create something where everybody was equal. It's a circle of bosses.
Right.
Everybody at the table is a boss. It ain't one boss, it ain't two, it's everybody is. You know what I'm saying? And that's one of the, you know, meanings of COB. And you know, we spread across the world. We got, you know, COB in Africa. We got COB Canada.
Large.
You know what I'm saying? We're starting chapters all over the world. I got a new membership website coming soon. We're gonna launch it in January. So what I'm looking to do is just create a movement of people who all want to see each other win. You know what I mean? And at the end of the day, there's gonna be a lot of rappers in COB, but there's some people who don't rap in COB.
That's right.
You know what I'm saying? There's some people walking around with COB tattoos, and you know they don't rap. You know what I mean? There's some street dudes, or they might just be, you know what I mean? They might have careers in the professional field. You know what I'm saying? So it's a real circle of bosses. But on the rap side of it, I think it's gonna end up being the deepest rap group in the world. I think the Guinness Book, they're gonna have to come out and play with us in a minute in 2020, because I think we're gonna have about 200-300, if not 1,000 rappers from COB. That's gonna be the largest clique in the world.
Hey, well, look, I said I wasn't gonna say nothing about this, but I got to bring this up since the man that said that. He's saying they're gonna be the deepest group. So many artists, rappers. Now, for those who don't know, the real CrookedI fans, King Crooked. When Crooked was in kindergarten, he went to school one day and the teacher told the class about poetry. And they wanted Crooked, they wanted the whole class to do a poetry. That was their homework. Crooked went home, got a newspaper, and cut out words that rhyme. Train, plane, and he pasted on a piece of paper. And he took it back to school, and the school was shocked. Now I got a blast of school. Baldwin Hills in the South Central streets. Baldwin Hills is in LA, off of Crenshaw. Now, when Crooked went to Baldwin Hills and he took that paper there, he came in first place in class. While he was doing this, it was two celebrities that came in the classroom to come see the man who done that. It was Magic Johnson and Michael Cooper. So when I was at the house and Crooked came back and said, "You'll never believe who I saw today." I said, "Who?" He said, "Magic Johnson and Michael Cooper." This man 5 years old and did poetry and put it on a piece of paper, pasted. Ever since that day, I knew this nigga right here was going to be the killer. So the late great Maceo, rest in peace, our friend, would always sweat us and say, "Come to the studio." He would always sweat my mother and say, "Hey, come bring them to the studio." So Crooked and my auntie, rest in peace, Charlene, they went to the studio and he made a song called "The Controller." That song is so hardcore. It's smoking half the songs that I know that's out of the game. And that came out in what, 1983?
Yeah, I was a kid. I don't know. I think I was 8.
Now,
Yeah, I was 8
since
years
then,
old.
the game has changed so much, I don't even know where to begin talking. You know what I'm saying?
Right.
Because, I mean, I listen to all these artists that's out. Like this is an internet radio station that supports unsigned moms and pop stores, R&B, you know.
Right.
And the majors, they support like 20 artists at the most. The top 20 artists that's selling the most. I don't know if it's,
right.
The majors is only supporting the ones who got the biggest sales. You know, the West Coast should be playing more of our LA natives that's on the radio. They should play everybody, but you know what I'm saying? From the West Coast, they should really be playing a lot of more artists.
Yeah, well, the thing about it is what you're doing is just something that needs to be done. You got a few people in radio over here who try to keep it as real as they can and still get their paycheck. You know what I'm saying?
Right, it's about a paycheck.
Because, you know, at the end of the day, the people who own that station is on their head about, y'all got to play these people who are giving us payover.
Right.
You know what I'm saying?
Right.
So, you know, they try to keep it real. They'll do something like New at 2 or, you know, whatever, and play local rappers, you know, for like give them 1 spin or 2 spins. But in reality, 1 or 2 spins ain't going to help you because, you know, you're just going to be there and go away. You need to be added to rotation to really penetrate the market.
Right.
So what you're doing is really what's needed right now. You know what I mean? Focusing on people that are natives, focusing on independent artists and underground artists. And even if they don't get a platinum single when they come over here, they getting an education on how to hold themselves and carry themselves as they keep journeying on their career.
That's right.
They're learning how to do radio, a real radio interview.
That's right.
They could take that knowledge with them over the years, and then when they are sitting at one of these clear channel radio stations, or you know what I'm saying, Power 106, you know, K-Day, whatever, you know what I mean, they know how to conduct themselves in an interview because they done came through here so many times and got groomed, and they learned this is the boot camp. You know what I'm saying? Right. And then plus, some people just want to be recognized for what they doing, man. You know what I mean? They making music, they taking their paycheck, paying their bills, saving some to the side for studio time.